what's up, you guys? Thank you so much for joining me today on the meditation channel. So we are doing a reading today for the sign of Aries for the month of September. So let's begin. I hope you've had a good month thus far, and I hope everything has been going well. Now let's see what the cards have to say. Whew. Okay, so already I'm getting that for some of you, you want to become entrepreneurs. You want to change job possibly, or you want to be in charge of your own situation. So this could be for some of you literally starting a new business, or just changing business. I feel like some of you are not happy where you are. And so you just need some kind of a change. Like things are just not working out for you anymore in your current situation. So a lot of you at least are striving for some kind of independence, financial independence even. This could even reflect like your living situation. You might be living in a home where you're kind of depending on other people. You might even have roommates, and there's just this like really strong desire for you to, like I said, just to be independent, to be financially independent, emotionally dependent. So there's a sense of that kind of energy coming through. Okay, so for some of you, I'm getting that it's even like family is putting a lot of pressure on you, that like there's a lot of family that has very high expectations in your career, who you are, what you should be doing. And it's not really what you want to do by the sounds of it. It's more just like, I feel like I have to do this because this is the right thing to do, or this is the thing that is expected of me. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this is who you are or this is your dream. So there is this sense of a calling. There is this sense of, I know that there is something greater out there for me. And so essentially what the cards are saying right now is for you just to kind of be quiet and listen. And what it means by being quiet is not to listen too much, not to listen too much of other people's opinions, including family. This is a time for you really just to take some time to really just be with yourself and ask yourself those hard questions. What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to go? Excuse me. What does my future look like? So there needs to be some kind of internal research here, some kind of being brave and making this decision for yourself. Okay, so again, they're just like this card that came out. Very interesting. Okay, let me just get another card so I can finish the puzzle of the story. Ooh! Okay. Ooh, they always jump out at me. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, you're actually even in a position where you're making a decision whether to change job, again, like I mentioned before, or some of you have gotten an offer to another job and you're not quite sure whether you should take it or not. Again, this is like a part of you, Aries, is that you're in transition. You're in a transition phase. Like, what should I do? Should I stay or should I go kind of feeling here. And again, it's under the umbrella of many, many things, as well as career, money, and relationships. So essentially what they're saying is that when you make the right decision, the new resources, the green light will kind of come ahead for you. So what they're essentially saying is that you'll know you're on the right path because blessings will start showing up, signs will start showing up, and essentially your spiritual team wants you to succeed, wants you to follow your heart. They want you to follow your calling, who you really are. So they're saying essentially as well to kind of ask them for assistance, ask them for guidance, ask them for help. So that is also part of being quiet and sitting in silence, listening to yourself, talking to yourself, but also talking to your spiritual team, connecting to them, and allowing yourself just to have a moment to really just think about this on a deeper level and connect to your purpose, who you really are, and what is the greatest decision for you. This is something that I really suggest as well that might help you. It's called automatic writing. I would recommend that some of you look this up. Automatic writing essentially is a way of connecting to your subconscious mind. You essentially are free flowing writing, and you can ask a question. So it could be something like, to my higher self, what should I do in this situation? And just allow the pen to flow. You have the answers within you. You know what you need to do in this situation. And even though sometimes we know what we need to do, we sometimes just don't do it. And so this is one of those things that I'm hearing, that you need the silence and the stillness because you need to be away from all of those distractions. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. All of those distractions, so that you can actually follow through, so that you can actually get a clear inner vision and know what your next step needs to be, so that you won't be confused, that you won't be acting in fear, but you want to act in love. And again, I feel like a lot of you guys are very stressed out about this. There's actually causing a lot of anxiety. There's some of you that are really having like restless sleep. It's just also the energies right now are pretty intense. But essentially, it's just causing unnecessary stress. And at the end of the day, this is your life. And if you feel like something is right for you, I say go for it. I mean, life is just a constant challenge, and it's a constant risk, really, if you think about it. So at the end of the day, yes, it's important that we love and support family and friends, but at the same time, I really feel like in this situation, this is where you really got to put yourself first and really understand what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and where it is that you want to go. So let's see if the cards have anything else to say. Interesting. So I got two major arcanas. Okay. So again, they're saying make a decision from the heart. Okay. Sometimes I give people advice on making logical decisions because the emotions are too overpowering. But in this case, it's your mind that is fighting your heart. It's your mind that is telling you to go left when really your heart wants to go right. And your heart is what you've been dreaming about your whole life, where you know that this is the right thing for you and who you are and where you want to go. So essentially they're saying this is a decision that you need to make from the heart, because this is a soul decision. This is a spiritual decision. This is a calling kind of decision. This is not a logical decision. It's not going to make sense logically to make this decision because it's not meant to be. And again, change, and then the irony here is nervous about change. So listen, change is terrifying. Change is not a comfortable place to be, and this is going to be very uncomfortable. But I always say, if I am uncomfortable, I must be doing something right. Uncomfortable doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Uncomfortable means that you're making a change, and a change means that you're reprogramming your subconscious, you're reprogramming your frequency, your energy. And so there is a level of discomfort within your whole body because everything is adjusting to this new you, this new version of you, this new path that you're creating, this new life, this new reality. And so essentially they're just saying it's normal, just find some balance within this, so don't stress yourself out too much. You have time, take your time. Just, again, make this decision from the heart. It's not going to make sense, which is why it's also making you very nervous, because logically you're like, well, I should go to university and become a lawyer, but really my heart is calling me to become a painter. I don't know what it is, So, it's not going to make sense, and you can always change your mind again. Yes, we don't have infinite amount of time on this planet, so of course time is limited, but it's one of those things that I feel like you got to ask yourself, am I going to regret it if I never tried? And if the answer is yes, then I would suggest that you follow your heart. You follow what your calling is, because if you're going to never try and then look back, there could be some resentment, there could be some regret. And so essentially you want to make this leap of faith, you want to make this change, and you want to try something different. And, if you don't, that's absolutely fine too. Just be aware of the fact that that is a decision that you decided to make. And, just be okay with it, come to peace with it. That's the best thing that you can do in this situation. So let's just see if the cards have anything else to say for you for the month of September. I keep forgetting which month it is. All right, let's see what else is coming up for you. Listen, guys, I totally understand how terrifying change is, but personally, when I get that calling and every time I've made a decision to make that kind of change, I've never regretted it. Usually I regret the fact that I've never taken that opportunity or that leap of faith. Interesting. Conscious consumer, bountiful nature, pay yourself first. Okay, so a few things are coming up here. So when you make this decision, essentially, guys, you want to be making this decision from a place of authenticity, integrity, and service. So for some of you, I feel like you've kind of shifted a little bit too much materialistic. You've gotten a little bit too materialistic in the sense of, you know, I want those millions of dollars. I want the car. I want the thing. I want this. I want that. But there's no substance behind it. There's no chutzpah. What is it, the word? Like oomph? I don't know. I think I just made up a word. But, you know, there's just no true power behind it. And so essentially what they're saying is like, if you want to be successful in this endeavor, you need to find your true nature. You need to find the reason why you want to do this. What is your service? How can you give back? How can you be of service? And when you do this, essentially what you're going to discover is that you don't want the car so much as you thought that you did. You don't, excuse me. You don't want the car. You don't want the material things. Yes, of course, we all like them and it's nice to have them, but you want to do this because you want to have purpose, because you want to have a meaning to your life and to the reason why you're here on this planet. And so for some of you, essentially what it's saying is just to reconnect with nature, reconnect with things that don't have a price tag, which is true abundance. Reconnect with what it means to be truly happy, to connect with people, to maybe make art for those of you who are creative, to start an online course just because you want to learn something, not because you're going to achieve something out of it. So that's the one thing. And then again, it says pay yourself first. So how are you spending your money, Aries? Because money's coming up a little bit here. So where are you putting your money? And you got to remember this, money is energy. Okay, so when we think about money as energy, how do you treat your money? Do you just spend it and waste it and don't think about it? Or do you actually value it and have gratitude for the money that you have? And again, if you're having purpose and you're fulfilled, you spend money intentionally. People who waste money or who throw away money, essentially there's something empty there. There's a lack of value. And yes, they could have a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that they're happy. And so again, you want to be happy with what you're doing. You want to have that true connection, that true heart, that true meaning behind what you're doing. And only you know what that is for you. Yep, that's it. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this readings. All right, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this reading today. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a magical day.